So the second MR2 race weekend, we start board with Matthew Wallace then as we get away, and not the greatest of starts from Luke Austin from in front of us as we all head down towards Redgate then for the first time of Arsgate. Paul Hinton on the front row by himself, because Stuart Nichols, after having that problem in the earlier race, is our only non-starter, but that still means we have a 35 car grid here in the MR2s as they head down towards the old hairpin then for the first time. And Hinton is the person that leads the way. Well, aboard with Matthew Wallace, we've still got Luke Austin there in front of us after not the best starts from him. He runs a touch wider, the axial hairpin. No damage done, no Matthew Palmer there, it is just in front of us, but it's Hinton leading top three with the smallest of gaps to the next group of cars. Michael Wells leading that, and he runs out a touch wide. We're letting Matthew Palmer have a look up on the inside as we head up towards Coppeth. Surely Palmer has fourth done here. Yes, he does. And Austin's trying to get fifth from Wells there, couldn't do it though. But at the front it's Hinton from Hefford from Robinson, and they are the three championship contenders in the championship. As they, and Hefford having a real go there, I think it was, as they headed into the chicane. Yes, he couldn't make it done. I think Hinton may well have just pulled a bit of a gap out there. Austin not with the greatest run, Wallace right behind him. Meanwhile, a bit further down the order, Michael Nichols, the only Nichols Mark III running now, head through the chicane. He's got a nice group of cars behind him. Lee Gambell, a bit further back than you'd expect, has a good run out the chicane, draws up alongside the Mark III machine as they head, and he's got through Gambell there, gains the position heading down towards Redgate as they turn into the corner now then. They make their way down towards them through the cranes, and Gambell picking off another car there, which indicates he was more that he's a bit further down than he would like to have been. Dan Holmes, Dan Holmes and his next target, the 73 car there. We just see to view that's some Simon Wallace. Nichols has got ahead of him, but trying to come round the outside here. Sorry, he hasn't got ahead of him. Wallace started to escape, but trying to come through there. The excellent Alex Lennon car. Mark Snelling at the wheel of that, couldn't find a way through into McLean's there. And now Wallace coming back under pressure, heading up into Coppeth from Nichols. And Michael Nichols with that Mark III better around the corners, draws up alongside the second of the Wallaces, and this of course being Simon. Two cars go side by side, and the Mark II fast in a straight line, powers back ahead, but then much later on the brake for the Mark III machine. Michael Nichols goes back in front as he heads into the chicane. Ben Rowe heads down towards the old hairpin. He's attacking. I think it looks like it's Mark Warren Leighton in front of him. As we make our way up towards McLean's, what can Ben Rowe do? You can have a look on the inside of the Rogue Motorsport machine. No, it's not. If anything, we're on a bit later on the brakes. We got a car in the gravel. Is that the champion or one of the championship contenders? It looked like it was Paul Hinton. So Paul Hinton is out of the race. That is a very major factor. He was out in the earlier race at Coppeth with Luke Austin. At this time, Paul Hinton off the road and out of proceedings here at Donington Park. So what this means for the championship is he's had 2 DNFs now. He can't afford to have another one. You only get to drop 2 scores. So he's still in the hunt for the championship, but another DNF will really not help him. So Ben Rowe continue to fight Warren Leighton. We go back on board with Matthew Wallace then, as he fights up the order here. Leading is now the 4 machine. That being the championship leader George Robinson. He leads now to Matthew Palmer. Luke Austin's in third. Guy Hefford in 4th. So I wonder if there was contact between him and Hinton. And then we're on board with the car behind Hefford. And that is Matthew Wallace. What a list. Seeing Hefford really putting the pressure onto Luke Austin as they head now up towards McLean. Meanwhile for the lead, Matthew Palmer looking strong, trying to have a go for the leader. Trying to get that away from George Robinson, the championship leader. As They head now up towards Coppice, with Palmer a bit slow off the corner, allowing Austin, Hefford and Wallace all to close in. So we've got a 5-car scrap. This is looking quite good, isn't it? We've got a slightly shortened race, 11 minutes plus 1 lap because of delays earlier in the day. They all make their way down towards the chicane then, all trying to fight to gain a position. A bit further down in 6th, Michael Wells ahead of Ben Cato, 7th, 8th is Clive Morfitt, Ben Rose 9th now, 10th is James McCutcheon, 11th is Warren Layton, 12th is Paul Grimmett. That's your top 12 in this race. Meanwhile, the battle for 4th is on, because Hefford having to defend hard to keep Wallace behind him, and he managed to stay in front as they head now onto Hollywood and down through the Craners for yet another time. Hefford hitting the cement dust into the old hairpin there. They managed to carry a lot of speed through the corner. Notice Paul Hinson's car had been towed away. Right, battle on for the lead still. I'm on board with Luke Austin now. Matthew Wallace for a moment was just dropping away from top 4. Guy Hefford absolutely in the slipstream of Austin, who's in the slipstream of Palmer, who is in the slipstream of... there he's sideways into the chicane for Austin. I was saying the slipstream of the race leader, George Robinson. So this is a great scrap for the lead. It could go either way. Good run off the chicane for Matthew Palmer as they head across the line to complete yet another lap. Round the outside comes Palmer. This is looking strong, but he's got to drive right around the outside as they head into Redgate. Can he do this? I don't think he can, because Robinson nicely late on the base. Championship leader still leads the way then, trying to get the cut back. Matthew Palmer. Robinson gets that line defended, so he still leads as they head onto the Craner curves once again here at Donington. This is the first of 2 meetings for the 750 Motor Club at Donington Park. We will be back here in September, as we really will then see at the end of that weekend who's got the best chances going into the final round. For the MR2s it's at Mullery, for other championships at Snetterton. We've got a date each in October for the different championships, but I think we've got to change for second because Luke Austin's gone round Matthew Palmer. I think to get second he's got the inside as they head up into McLean's. Can he get this done? This is allowing George Robinson perhaps to make a small gap. You can see slicing back through as well. I think Guy Hefford may well have third. Yes, Hefford's up to third. Palmer though trying to fight back. We're watching this all in the rearview mirror, but he could not do it as they turned into Coppice. So Robinson with that small margin. We got a back marker up the road. That is Amy Atkinson, who come into racing this year. How's her time has been doing? She's done in this race a 1:41 in qualifying, a 1:58, so she's definitely improving. So through the chicane come the leaders. Robinson still under pressure for the leaders. Amy Atkinson gets out of the way, so the leaders power past her down the straight. We have something like 2 or 3 laps left probably in this one as we head into Redgate. What can Luke Austin do? Can he win his first ever Toyota MR2 race? That is the plan for him at the moment. Now, I think are we side by side here? I think Guy Hefford's having a go going into the Craner curve to try and get past Luke Austin. He's on the outside line. He's done it though. Guy Hefford's up to second. So he's moving up the order. And the championship condensed. He had a retirement at Brands Hatch, but I think Palmer's gone past Austin, so he's going backwards. He's down to 4th. Palmer, of course, got passed by Austin a lap or so ago, so now he's got back through. Matthew Wallace now on the attack. He runs in 5th still as we head up towards McLean's. Guy Hefford looking strong as he attacks the race leader, the championship leader, George Robinson, as they head up towards Coppice. Hefford look on the inside, can't do that. Matthew Palmer there as well. He runs in 3rd still after getting through at the old hairpin past Luke Austin. So onto the back straight they go again. Everyone looking for position, to gain a position, and because the chicane, the best place to pass really on this Donington Park circuit. Hefford looking to the outside because George Robinson defended the line nice and early, and these MR2 machines make their way out, getting the 5 of them all together. This is one of the best races of the year for the Toyota MR2 Championship. And look at this, 2 wheels on the grass. Guy Heaven's going for the lead as they head down towards Redgate. Can he get this done? I think he can, and trying to follow him through will be Matthew Palmer. Rounding outside, Steve below on the brake to Matthew Wallace. He gains at least 1 position heading into Redgate. George Robinson couldn't get muscled out here by Matthew Palmer. All the 5 cars separated by less than a second surely as they head onto the Craner curve. George Robinson not on the best line heading into there. He's going to have to try and slot in behind Palmer. Palmer runs out wide, so Robinson back on the attackers into the old hairpin. Matthew Wallace there as well, hitting into the med dust, making the car go sideways for George Robinson. He's slow out the corner. This is allowing both Luke Austin and Matthew Wallace to go either side, heading up towards McLean's. Austin had to back out of it. Matthew Wallace though has gone up to 3rd. The top 2 have got away and all that. Everyone seemed to split up. After that, the cars make their way side by side down the Craner curve, and Robinson sideways there, and he's going to lose out to Austin heading up to Coppice. So sideways it was for Robinson. He's gone to 1st to 5th in half a lap. Heading up towards McLean's though, Ben Rowe attacking Clive Morfitt as they head up towards Coppice. What can he do about Morfitt as we head up here? This is the battle for 8th position. And Clive Morfitt very late on the brakes, runs out wide onto the met dust, onto the curbs, and just sliding out a bit wide, going to allow Ben Rowe to gain the position. Matthew Wallace then into the chicane for the final time. They've all split up a little bit after the incident. George Robinson's got ahead of Luke Austin though, but it's a win for Guy Hefford. And we will take a look at those results, and there it is. Guy Hefford win by just under half a second to Matthew Palmer. In 3rd was Matthew Wallace, podium for him. 4th George Robinson, 5th Luke Austin, the best of the rest. In 6th was Ben Caton. He wasn't far behind the top 5 either. And this is how the championship looks without drop scores taken into account. It's George Robinson lead by about 22 points to Guy Hefford, then it's another 15 to Hinson. With drop scores taken into account, it's very close, but Paul Hinson's has just got it on the drop scores.